Now, tell me that doesn't generate just a little bit of excitement. That is the new domed bubble done in a fully skeletonized version, making its world premiere tonight. But I got to tell you right now, I wrote it up in my newsletter last week, and we've already sold out most of the quantity. So when the preview hits and you get that J number, just get in on it very quickly. Don't even keep a color in mind. Just go, I've got to have one. I'll take whatever color's left. Now, Larry's going to be joining us in about a minute or so. But I do want to get a couple other pieces of business out of the way first, and we'll jump into the preview and talk about all the beautiful pieces from Stuhrling that we have tonight. First thing I want to talk to you about is going to be a brand new R-Top value on Sunday. It's going to be Sunday the 23rd, kicking off at midnight Eastern as always. It's going to be a brand new notebook computer offer with the wireless router, the whole works. And you know, Jim Peterson works so hard to bring out the best value really on the planet. I mean, nobody can touch his prices to the point that my very good friend here, Larry Magen, has even bought a computer from Jim. So please join us for that brand new R-Top value. And really, you want to get in early, see if you can make it for the launch, because a lot of times it'll sell out before the morning hours hit. And the Pamela McCoy Tisvell Collection, Saturday the 29th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Kimberly Wells is going to be here on that show, and she's going to be taking you on a wonderful tour of these faux furs. They're absolute luxury. If you've ever wanted the look of that rich, elegant $10,000 fur coat, this is going to be the best way to achieve it and not make anybody angry at you. Now, you've heard me going on and on and on about November 29th, and I told you it was a big mystery date. November 29th is actually our newest host pick day. Now, on my hours, I've been telling you I have some very special items. I have just received the first prototype of this one right here. We're going to give you a nice tight shot. This is entirely Swiss-made in Geneva. And if you notice, right down here at the 6 o'clock position, on that mother-of-pearl dial between all the diamonds, you're going to see something very special. The first watch ever with my initials on the dial. And knowing me, it had to be entirely Swiss-made. Now, take a good look at that dial. Look at the orient coming through that mother of pearl. It's been beautifully textured. Lior and Jacques Le Mans have done a terrific job on executing this particular piece, entirely made in Geneva for the 2824 automatic. And I've got to tell you, it's a price that you will not believe. So please join me on November 29th for the host pick day and grab this while it's available. There's going to be a white mother of pearl, and there's going to be a black mother of pearl as well. And again, you know, knowing me, it had to be mother of pearl, right? So please join me for that. Anyway, right now, we're going to get into a preview. We're going to talk about all these great Stuhrlings that are coming up, beginning with this little guy right here, J138784. You've got a 40-millimeter case diameter. You have a big date complication at the 12 o'clock position. And as always, and as a trademark of Stuhrling, an unbelievable dial. Now, this watch has been sold for $299. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to completely rock the boat. We're going to drop that price incredibly, but I'm not going to tell you what it is just this minute. It is going to be the first item I get to as soon as the preview ends. So I'm just going to make you wait about 8 minutes. But I do urge you to call in now. Get your phone orders in. We are approved to give you the price right away. Obviously, this is a Swiss quartz movement with the offset seconds hand at the 6 o'clock position. I have black, blue, rose tone, silver tone, and silver tone. All are available. And everything during these shows tonight, free shipping, our gift to you just because we like you just that much. Moving on to our next item, which is going to be, the big chronograph J132913. Now, this is probably the single heaviest piece that Stuhrling has produced. And I might be wrong, and Larry, you can certainly correct me if I am, but this is a behemoth. This is a big watch, 42 millimeters.
It is the heaviest piece, and you're right.
And you've got the Swissetta G15 chronograph movement inside. We only have, by the way, if you want the black silver tone, just get on the phone right now. I only have single-digit quantities. The rest, I have all the colors, but no more than a dozen. This watch at $249 is going to be a favorite in your collection, from the custom center links on the bracelet to it's just a great, big, heavy, sporty watch.
It's great, Jim. You know, it's kind of our entry into that whole divers world, which is not necessarily what we're known for. But nevertheless, we did everything with this watch. We put sapphire crystals. It's got a Swiss Etta G15, as you pointed out. But it's solid. It's made very, very heavy. That's a watch that is similar to our other divers watch without the chronograph. This is the one with the chronograph.
Yep.
And it's got the unidirectional ratcheting bezel, and it's got all the bells and whistles. And for $249, I mean,
that's a great deal.
That's easily...
The last time we had those out in the non-chrono, they just disappeared. They just sold out immediately.
Correct.
So
correct. I love the
keep that in
two-tone.
mind. And G155780, we're going to show this to you live just for a quick second here. This is the alarm chrono. Now, this is a new movement for you guys, correct?
It is. It's you're familiar with ISA. It's a very smooth movement. If you watch how the chronograph hand moves, it's very, very smooth. It's a Swiss movement, as you know, quartz, and it's got the alarm. So with the the alarm down there by 7 o'clock position, you can set your alarm to go off at a certain time, and it's a little beeping sound. So it's kind of cool to have a chronograph that you can set an alarm to too. That's kind of unique.
Now, here's the big deal about this. It's not even $399, which honestly would just be a phenomenal price. We're going to drop this down right now, $100. We're going to go down to $299.97, 3 value pays of $99, and we have all of the colors available right now.
See that,
Now,
Jim?
that's not going to last long.
Look at the movement on that second hand.
That is very, very smooth. Here is your alarm hand right over here. And again, even on a sporty model like this, you have an astonishing dial.
Absolutely, and again, a chronograph in a tonneau shape, and you've got the raised chapters on that tonneau bezel right there. So there's a lot of uniqueness to this watch, and it's on a genuine French leather strap, Jim, and it's got even a waterproof liner on the strap. It
feels great. It looks great. It's a heavy padded, contrast stitched leather strap that's been embossed to replicate alligator. It's just a great, great look all the way around.
Correct.
Now, this guy right here, J170127. This is automatic. Now, first, let me just predicate this with, this is a brand spanking new style. We have never seen it. Mm-hmm. For those of you that subscribe to the newsletter, 60,000 of you got to know about it a couple days ago, and a lot have already sold. So keep this in mind. Oh my goodness. I have about 24 of all the colors. Now, I do want to get a nice tight shot because when you look at this and you see, okay, it has a pointer date. It has the day of the week, the month of the year, and the animated AM/PM indicator. You're thinking, okay, at $499 to have all these complications, it's got to be a quartz. No. This is a mechanical automatic. This is high-end watchmaking, folks. You're getting the best. Now, this one is actually my favorite. This is the copper dial. Mm-hmm. Then we go into, we were calling that, we're calling that one rose tone black? Okay. Here is the rose tone. No, we're going silver tone brown on the silver tone dial, brown strap. Then we have, obviously, the silver tone black. Very, very elegant as well. And my second favorite, the one that has the blued indices on it, silver tone black, silver tone dial black strap. And again, you guys have excelled with that amazing rich blue on the Arabic numerals and the hands.
Jim, this is truly an amazing watch. This is a brand new item, as you pointed out. And it's a master calendar, Jim. You've got it's not a grand calendar, but it is a master calendar. It gives you of course, the date with the pointer date. And you've got the month of the year, and you've got the year. So, look at the bezel. I mean, there's a famous Swiss watchmaker now that's doing these double milled bezels, and we kind of borrowed that from them, but we've made this watch completely our own. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a great famous look, and I got to tell you, the price is going to get even better. So if the watch has piqued your interest, I do urge you to call in now while the quantities are there, because when that price drops, folks, the phone lines are going to explode. Also, this one right here, a two-tone automatic with the rope bezel. Now, by the way, the case back has also been done to match that beautiful rope design. This is a really great looking watch.
Jim,
at this price.
Jim, let me say something here. We only have a couple of pieces here, so anybody who wants this piece, we're basically sold out on this piece. There's just a few pieces we had for this show, less than 10 pieces total. Anybody out there looking for a real dressy watch, call in. Don't worry about which execution you're going to get. There's only a few pieces here on that one at $149, an automatic with sapphire crystals. Very dressy.
Now, this is the Stuhrling Skelton domed bubble watch. Okay, that's a lot to say in one breath, but you're getting a lot. Now, I have all three right now. It is not going to last. And I'm telling you right now, if you want the black PVDs, the black PVD bezel, if you want that particular one, you must call right now. I can personally guarantee you it is not going to survive the preview. Now, let me take you on a very quick tour of this before we do all the special stuff here. Look at that amazing, what dial there is so beautifully made. And you see the movement has been fully skeletonized. I love this. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around what to call that.
Well, it's a propeller,
it's so
Jim.
cool.
It's a propeller faceplate. It looks like something on a helicopter. But folks, in a way, I'm not mad at you, Jim. But you know, you stole my thunder. I'm going to tell you why. I was so excited about this watch. There was a lot of promotion with this watch. You know, we did the inserts, and of course, you really hyped this thing up on the internet. This one's been coming now for a few months. This is the debut airing, and we're almost sold out.
Yeah.
I have been dying to get here for this show with this piece, and we get here, and like 90% of the quantity was already sold on the internet because you guys opened it up when? Monday or Tuesday? I don't know.
Monday.
You opened it up Monday, and people jumped all over this. And here's the best part, folks. It's not $299.97.
Let's go ahead and cut that right now.
This is unbelievable.
It's $199. Folks, this is a true mechanical automatic, fully skeletonized, with one of the most interesting and unique dial structures. I still say you should have called it the Cyclone.
One of the most interesting. You said the Typhoon.
Typhoon, yes.
Okay. I was going to do the Typhoon, and then I got some resistance because of all these hurricanes going along. People are a little sensitive to that right now. It's like saying the phone lines are exploding. Well, wait a minute. We got all these terrorist things exploding. No, you can't use that word anymore.
By the way, there's already a hold in the phone room. I'm going to tell you this right now. When you get on the line for J155967, just take whatever color we have left. I am guaranteeing you, you're going to be so proud to own this, and it is one of the most limited pieces that Stuhrling has offered.
The thing is this, Jim. This piece set a record, and again, I'm gonna blame you for it. I mean, I should give you the credit for it.
Blame me. It sounds
I'm gonna
more
blame
realistic.
you. You know what? Because you are the one that hyped that watch for us.
I love it.
You hyped it, but we've never sold that many prior to airing it on the show. It's unbelievable. So if you're out there, I don't know how many are left. There's not very many pieces left. Just call in. Don't worry about which by the way, that watch is 46 millimeters. That is a huge.
It's a big watch.
And it's got the scalloped edges on the side. Anyway.
Now remember, 46 would include the crown. Without the crown, it is 44. Stuhrling Power Reserve. Now, I've had a chance to air this twice now. It is one of the slickest watches. Now, if you're used to seeing Stuhrlings with these wonderful, intricate dials, this is one of those, it's taken down a notch. It's the less is more theory. We were talking about this earlier at dinner. Very smooth, very slick, and it's got what, in my opinion, is the most important complication you could put on a mechanical automatic. It's got the power reserve indicator. It is only $369. You've got the 4 value pays in place, but I only have 3 in the silver tone, rose tone, and I only have 1 in the gray dial. Do hurry to get your hands on that. Now, Larry, I don't know how you did it.
We got 6 pieces.
Did it again, and they're going to be gone again.
Yeah, we were able to get 6, and I checked just before we came out here on the show, and 2 of them sold before the show. We have never had, ever, this kind of a response prior to going on the air, Jim. And again, maybe it was because of all the hype you did for the bubble, but it rubbed off on some of the other models for this show, too. And I mean, I don't know if that was...
I try to rub as much as I can.
I don't know if that's the reason why these watches sold, but now we have 4 left, at least what I checked before the show. Although, wait a minute. Is that saying 2?
No, that's the next watch.
Oh, okay. All right, so...
Oh, no, you know what? No. We have 2 remaining.
I brought 6. We're down to 2, and we just started the show.
Now, this is not just a tour, but let me just stop for 1 second.
It's a day date.
There are a lot of new viewers out there. If you have never seen a tourbillon, and a lot of people have not, this rotating cage here is actually holding the balance assembly. This is the regulation process for a mechanical timepiece. Now, what Breguet had surmised was if this is the regulating process and mechanical watches gain or lose time because of the effects of gravity, if we've got the regulating process always in motion, this will actually turn 1 in complete rotation per minute. If it's doing that, maybe it will counteract the negative effects of gravity. Now, that being said, this is the single most complex piece or part that you can add to any mechanical movement. Only the masters can and will do this. And you're not just getting the tourbillon, you are getting a tourbillon with a day wheel and a date wheel. So you're getting 3 major complications on one watch. You got to realize tourbillons, cannot be had for less than $50,000, $60,000.
Well, absolutely. And Jim, we're talking about...
Oh, you're gearing up,
No,
ain't you?
we're talking about a limited edition.
That's right.
These pieces are numbered 1 to 50. There's only 50 in the world, and we brought 6. We're down to 2 already. The rose tone is gone.
Sell out.
There's 2 left with the blue numerals. If you've never owned a tourbillon and you want to try one on, bring this home on the value pay and get it on your wrist. Only 50 in the world.
Okay, guys, wow.
I can't believe it.
The whole lot is gone.
Oh, my God.
Every one of the skeletonized bubbles are gone.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. It's a brand new model.
That was our main item for the show.
We have been building, exactly. We're done. We might as well go home. We have been building and hyping that item for 2 months, okay? We spent a fortune on those inserts in the bills.
We did these wonderful mailers.
You spent all the time on the internet. We come on the air geared up with a ton of these watches, and here we are 16 minutes into the show. They're gone.
Well, you know what? We're going to make another one gone right here.
Oh,
because
my God.
This item, we did not show you the price. I still can't get over that. We did not show you the price on this. We're going to drop this from I'm looking over here because I can't believe this, from $299. Watch this. Watch that little blue box right there. Bam, $159.
That's right.
And this is, by the way, a Swiss-made movement.
It is. And, folks, if you got shut out on the bubble, don't despair. We've got some fabulous values. This was a special show. We've been targeting this show for 2 months now. We are geared up and raring to go. We've got a lot of value. And if you're on the phone right now, grab this piece at $159. This is so stylish, Jim. Look at that guilloche soleil design. This is what I'm calling it now. Instead of the sun ray, I had to come up with another word, so I used the soleil.
At least it's a pretty word.
Right, so guilloche soleil. Now you see that kind of sun ray pattern emanating from the center of that dial. That's not just printed on there. If you zoom in real close, you'll see what I'm talking about. That has been embossed with hydraulic impressions into the dial with over 40 to 50 stampings in that dial. So, and again, one of the things about this watch on the design, it's got the octagonal theme all the way through. There you see the case back, which requires a special tool by the jeweler to open it up. Okay, you see the octagonal shaped design on that case back? Well, look on the cover. On the top. You've got that bezel that almost looks like a gasket style bezel, Jim.
It's got the flattened edges all the way around it.
Octagonal design on that. Very stylish. It's got a big date just below the 12 o'clock position right there. This is a watch that you can wear literally every day. You don't have to worry about losing time, gaining time, none of that stuff. You can pick it up 3 months later, and it's going to be right on the money, Jim. It's a fabulous Swiss movement.
Now, I do want to point out to everybody out there that you are buying into a Swiss-made movement, which really says a lot about what Stuhrling can do. They're going to give you the absolute best always for the money that you're spending. You will never find a better deal than when you pick up a Stuhrling. Now,
Jim, we don't have that much quantity on these. We have less than 100 pieces to go around. And Jim, take a look at the phone lines.
Yeah, I got to tell you, folks, it is absolute pandemonium here. I must urge you, at this point now, I have about 24 of any of the dial choices, and that is it. Now, I want you to notice a few other things. And it won't really show up well on this one. We'll go to the one next to it, the silver tone dial right over here. Well, that was quick, thank you. If you notice, all of the numerals are individually applied. So each and every one has to be individually placed onto the dial once the dial is structured. Now, another great thing is you see the luminescence, that kind of greenish color that's inside all of the numerals. It's still highlighted on the outside edges with the extra color. This one happens to have blue.
Yeah.
The gold tone would have the gold tone around it. It's just detail upon detail. It's like layers with Stuhrling. You've got one layer here. A lot of companies would stop at that first or second layer, and you keep adding subtle layers on top of it. Now you have that beautiful you know, the outer track right here. You have the big date complication. You have the beautiful aperture borders around that. Then you have the offset seconds hand at the 6 o'clock position. Everything is done in steps. You look at the crown. It's got a beautiful crown. You guys just don't stop. You just add detail upon detail, but you don't charge for that kind of detail.
Well, good point, Jim. Thank you. You know, talking about charging for quality, let's say, I want to point out to everybody, this is solid 316L surgical stainless steel, and this is not like poured in a mold or anything like that. This is stamped out of a bar, Jim. It's cut out of a solid stainless steel bar, so you're getting the true Swiss engineering and the Swiss technology that we're all about without the price. You've got the dual deploying clasp that you're playing with right there, Jim. A push button dual deploying. You don't necessarily get that, you know, on watches that sell for under $1,000. But here you have it on a watch for only $159.99. It was never intended to sell at that price.
Telling you, you're spoiling us.
It's got a fabulous Cristerna crystal on this watch. We've never had a watch returned, a Cristerna crystal returned because it broke or shattered or anything like that. So you're getting a solid crystal on this piece. Everything about it, and it's very stylish. It's dressy for an everyday watch. It's an everyday watch, but it can also, you know, go both ways too.
Now, in my opinion, this is the kind of watch, the kind of price that allows you to, number one, give it as a gift. Number two, maybe start off a beginning collection. Maybe you haven't bought a lot of watches before you start tuning into the shows and you're waiting for that right piece. This is one of those watches that, yes, you're only spending $159, but you're getting the kind of features and detail and quality that you should be expecting for 3 times this price. So if you're looking at giving this as a gift to somebody that you want to turn into a watch collector, you're picking up the perfect watch. You've got the precision of the Swiss-made movement. You've got all the beautiful dial detail, all of the details in the case and everywhere else. So you're not giving them, you know, you're paying an inexpensive price, but you're not giving them a cheap watch. And there's a big difference there. They're going to have a watch they're going to wear probably for the rest of their lives. And every time they look at their wrist, they're going to think of the person that gave it to them, and they're going to thank you profusely for this gift.
You know, folks, there's a lot of you on the line out there right now. Looks like there's even a wait. But if you're looking for something dressy, the execution that I would choose for dressiness would be the one that Jim is showing you right now on the camera. That's the two-tone.
Another sellout.
Yeah, we only had a few pieces there. Great job on those last few pieces on that rope bezel watch. But if you're looking on that on the watch we're working on right now, okay, with the offset second-hand subdial, okay, the dressiest one, I believe, is the two-tone. It's got the rose tone bezel that goes around with the stainless steel, and it is a little dressy. But again, this is a great functional watch. You can wear it with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, or you could wear it with a suit. Either way, it works both ways. And like you said, Jim.
Could I wear it with a pair of Speedos and flip-flops?
Yeah, you could do that, Jim, but you might get some strange looks.
I get strange looks no matter how I'm dressed. I'm not too worried about that.
Okay, Speedos and flip-flops, I think you should have like a rubber strap on it, maybe, you know? and by the way, this is our new straps. You know, it has, if you feel that, Jim.
You've got that nubuck lining across all the backings of the straps.
Yeah, it's a sweat repellent, water repellent, you know, because when you wear a leather band for a while, after a year, 2 years, they kind of get
kind of nasty.
A little funky, maybe. Yeah. But with this, you know, sweat repellent liner on there, it actually increases the life expectancy on the band. So you're getting a lot of...
Hurry, folks. We are selling out. A dozen left in the rose tone, silver tone,
We're
silver
getting
tone,
low.
silver tone.
We're down to less than 60 pieces on this one, and there's a lot of people still on the phone. So jump on it, folks. And again, the dressiest one is the two-tone. Very functional timepiece. An easy read, by the way. Sometimes, you know, you get a lot of watches where there's a lot of complications going, a lot of intricacy, a lot of delicacy. This watch, you can just quick glance at it. It's an easy read.
You know, I think that's an excellent point. I get a lot of emails from viewers. And again, to everybody out there, thank you so much for all the emails and the support. It really is tremendous. I get a lot of viewer emails that say, you know, I'm getting maybe a little older. My eyes are deteriorating. And I know the feeling because I'm the same way. In another 10 years, I could start wearing bifocals. Yay, me. And it can be a little hard sometimes with some of these beautiful and grand watches to read them easily. Man, that's the function of the watch, to tell the time. I want to look at my wrist and know what time it is. This is one of those watches that I call an at-a-glance watch. You can simply take a quick glance at it. You're assured you're going to see what time it is. And by the way, Look at all of the luminescence applied to this dial.
God, you're thinking right along with me.
Oh, you know, great minds think alike.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. This is actually like a super luminescence. You can see it on there. When you get it in the dark, you charge it up with a little bit of light, it really, it shines like a Christmas tree, Jim.
It shines,
and you know what?
like a Christmas
Speaking of
tree.
Christmas, you know, we are in October, and if you're looking for something that...
Okay, that would be Halloween.
No, but I mean, Christmas is right around the corner.
Oh, okay, now I see where you're going.
No, I'm talking about some people like to shop, and they like to buy multiple gift items, and I see we're going to put this on Emily, which is great. If you like buying multiple gifts, okay, this is the kind of watch here you want to give this like to all the guys in the family. And I used to have clients like that in my jewelry business. You know, they wanted to buy 6 of this or 8 of that, and you know, to give. There are ladies that buy multiple gifts.
That are running businesses. You want to give out great bonuses. This is a great bonus. When that salesperson hits that sales goal that you set out for them, don't give them a gift card to a video store or something. Give them something tangible that they can have with them every single day. And at this kind of price, you can very easily do that.
By the way, Jim, take a glance at the computer over there.
Yeah, now single digits on rose tone, silver tone,
the 2-tone
silver tone, silver tone.
Right.
And the black, I have 15. And now the blue, here's the funny thing. The blue I have the most of, that's only 20. So you must hurry.
We're getting down to the very, very end of this piece, ladies and gentlemen, so you got to hurry on it. There's a lot of people on the phone. The one that I was saying is the dressiest, the 2-tone, is practically gone. There's 4 pieces left. Is that 4 or 5? Whatever it is, it's almost gone. So, but again, don't worry about the execution. Just grab one at this price. It's a great price for a Swiss movement like this.
Yeah, you've got to act fast. Again, let's recap. 40 millimeter case diameter, 20 millimeter genuine leather strap, and it does have the quick change pins, by the way, and you have the dual deployment push button clasp on there. You've got the screw down case back. You have the off center seconds hand at the 6 o'clock position. You have the big date at the 12. All of this at a brand new price of only $159. You could choose to pay that outright. You could choose to use the interest-free value pays on any major credit card. By the way, this is the blue right here.
I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're getting a tremendous response. And Jim, I have to just take 1 minute here right now, step aside here, because there's so many people on the phone. You know, we can take a breather for a second here. These watches are selling. But I want to just take a minute, Jim, and, you know, I've been here now for about 10 months working with you, and I just want to say thank you, Jim.
Well, thank you.
No, to you, really, because it's been a pleasure working with you. I've learned a lot from you. I openly admit that. And at the same time, you know, you work so hard behind the scenes, and people don't always necessarily know what's involved on our end to get these watches here, but what's involved on your end in promoting these shows. And you have to not deal with just one guy like me. You got all the other guys, the whole family, you know.
It is a family.
And, you know, with Leo or Nael and David and everybody, and you know, they take, you know, they have more hours than we do, so I can only imagine how much time you put in. But when I see the response we're getting tonight, I have to say, this is by far already, we're only 28 minutes into the show, by far the greatest response on the telephones that I've seen in the 10 months I've been here. And at the same time, I have to wonder to myself, it's no coincidence that you spent a lot of time behind the scenes for this show promoting our watches and promoting this show tonight.
Well,
and all of a sudden, look at the people on the show. So it's been a pleasure, you know, working with you. And I just want to say thank you, Jim, and thank everybody out there who's on the phone. And if you're on hold, bear with us, hang in there. These things are going. So
yeah, they are going.
Hey, you know what? It's feeling good. But we have an hour and a half still to go, and we still have. I got some more safaris here tonight, Jim.
We do.
We have some genuine elephant straps. I've got my favorite watch that I'm wearing tonight. I was able to eke out a few of those too. So we've got some incredible pieces for this show tonight. This is a very special show. So get an operator, hang in there, and just keep them on the phone. And as we put these things up, just grab them. I'm talking grab them.
Well, I also want to thank you as well, because we have had such a great response to Stuhrling here at ShopNBC. And I hear a lot from customers saying, you know, I had a question about my watch, and, you know, this or that, and they've emailed you or contacted you, and you've been so quick to respond to them, take care of any issues or any questions they had. And that's the kind of support that I believe everybody should be receiving. By the way, two-tone, the rose tone, silver tone sold out. The silver tone, I have 5 remaining, and a dozen of the black or the blue. We're going to keep this available. We're going to move on.
Less than 30 pieces, so you better hurry, folks. Just get in there. Okay, what do we got? Oh, this is the alarm piece. What are we going to, Jim?
I got a piece right here.
Okay.
J155780. This is the alarm chronograph for $299.97. Three value base of $99.
Now, we haven't shown the new price for this piece, have we?
No, we have not, and we're not going to. You know why?
Okay.
Because in a few minutes we're going to show it.
This is a brand new model on your screen right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the price. We're going to open it up. We've got an introductory price on this tonight. You won't want to miss it. And again, I saw you promoted this watch, Jim, prior to the show, and quite a few of these got sold before we went on the air on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we're down to about a dozen of any one of them.
This is brand new. How, when we make a model, we don't make... I mean, we have to make a minimum of 500 pieces, Jim. We can't make less than that.
And here's your favorite watch right here.
This is it, and I'm wearing it tonight. And we actually have, if I'm not mistaken, we're supposed to have two different SKU numbers on this because we also have the stainless one here tonight.
That may be in the next hour.
Oh, in the second hour,
It's
okay.
a possibility.
This is a tremendous piece, and I know we're not going to get into it right now, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for one watch, make it this one. I'm wearing it tonight. It's an incredible timepiece with a roulette-style date wheel. And
well, if we air that watch, Casey, if we go to air that watch, can you please put a big banner up that goes across the whole screen that says Larry's Choice? That would be great, and that would be a first.
Larry's Collector's Choice.
Larry's Choice.
But now, the Power Reserve watch. This has been a huge hit, and we only have a couple of pieces here.
Yeah, there's only one color left. It's the silver tone, rose tone. There's only 3 remaining.
Now, is this sold out now?
We have one left. One went. One extra one went. Now we have one left.
One genuine
it is the silver tone blue.
One genuine tourbillon left. It's a day-date genuine tourbillon at $4,500, a ridiculously low price, limited edition. One lucky person going to get less. Get the last one. $900 brings it home to try it on. So somebody out there, if you're looking for something special, bring it home for $900. Try it on. If you don't like it, send it back. But don't miss that opportunity.
Now, speaking of opportunities missed, we have had this next version here a few times, but mostly in the non-chrono version. Every time it comes out, well, no surprise, it sells out.
It was a big seller last month, but that was the
non-chrono.
It was an automatic. I mean, it was the automatic. Without a chronograph. This is a Swiss chrono.
Yeah, now here we're looking at the Swiss-headed G15 chronograph. By the way, if you want the black silver tone, I have 3. Now, I have picked up what is my personal favorite of all the choices. We are calling this, we're actually calling it silver tone two-tone. The two-tone on this happens to be
incredible
rose tone. I think this is probably the richest look. Look at that dial again. Even for a sporty design, Stuhrling steps up to the plate. And they give you a great dial.
It's a screw-down crown. It's 100-meter water resistant. You can, take it and, dive in the water if you want to. It's kind of that diver's, look and everything. But it's just a great sport watch. I've just recently got kind of in touch with wearing these steel bracelet watches. And, it makes you feel good. It's kind of like a manly thing.
Yeah, I like a big, hefty watch on my wrist.
Yeah.
It just lets me know that I'm still a man.
It's got the raised chapters on the unidirectional ratcheting bezel. It's got the screw-down crown. Great piece here. Solid stainless steel. 316L surgical stainless steel.
Look at the pattern on the dial. And then you look at the pattern work done in the center links of the bracelet.
It's continued down the tooling. The tooling down the center links.
Now hold this shot. I'm going to flip this over.
Check this out.
And you look at the solid end link bracelet. Now, folks, this is only $249.
Yep.
You're getting a Swiss-made movement. You're getting solid 316L stainless steel. Got this great unidirectional rotating bezel. You have all that great dial work, and that pattern follows right fluidly into the center link design of the bracelet. Look how thick that bracelet is.
Also, Jim, another thing, too, it's got screw-down pushers.
It does indeed.
For extra water resistance and
yeah, it is 100 meters water resistant, and you have the diver's flip lock safety clasp on there.
Right. I really like the green dial. I mean, yes, I like the one.
It's cool. It's a very different. Where'd it go? There it is.
I like the version that you're holding, the two-tone. It's a little bit classier, maybe a little dressier, what have you. But as far as the dial, I have the other one that I wear, not the chrono. I wear the other one. I have the green dial.
Now, I think the black, which really, black is the standard color and this and that. But for some reason, the black, it has more of that secret agent, super secret diver. I don't know. There's just something really cool and masculine about a black dial diver's watch.
You know, there's a little bit of a puzzle, and I see you again. The phone lines are spiking again, Jim. We got a lot of people on the phone. They're responding to this watch, either that or they're trying to get one of the other ones that's sold out. But you know, this whole divers category has absolutely exploded here at ShopNBC, and obviously Invicta is the leader there. I mean, you guys, Invicta, you guys do a ton, you know, with divers watches. And he's got a million different, and they're quality, they're excellent. We wanted to kind of jump into the fray a little bit with a diver's watch, and you know, it's really not, it really wasn't what we're known for. So what we did, Jim, is we kind of went out of our way to put as much quality into it as possible. And all I'm saying is there must be a lot of people out there watching this show right now tonight that are into divers watches. And maybe you own some of the other brands that have divers type watches. If you do, and you're one of those kind of people that likes the diver style, what I'm saying is I'm inviting you to try ours, okay? Give it a try. Bring it home. Just try it. That's all. Try it and compare it, whatever. If you don't love it, then send it back. But we put a lot of effort into this. You know, we're marketers, and we see what's going on in the divers world, and it's just unbelievable. So we said, let's see if we can do it. And we put a lot of effort and a lot of time into the quality on this watch.
We're going to let, let's see. I think we are we not? Maybe, possibly. We could be.
What are we going to do?
Yes, here we go. We're going to let Princess Giggles show you the watch.
Are we going to put this big masculine watch on Emily? Let's see.
And again, this is a big watch. And I'm just going to double check this. I want to just give a proper measurement here. Without pushers, you're looking at 40 millimeters. If you count in the crown and pushers, 42 millimeters. So for those ladies who do like that larger, bolder, beefier look, there you go. That's certainly going to be a good way to go for you. It's not going to be overbearing. It's only 40 millimeter. A lot of ladies right now are wearing 40 millimeter size watches. I mean, the bigger the better for a lot of ladies out there. And if you're the kind that want the heft as well, this is going to be that piece. I did not bring my scale out for whatever reason. I don't know what possessed me. Larry, I guess you're just a distracting kind of guy.
I'm not sure what the gram weight is, but guys,
it's very hefty.
Bring it home, try it on. You know, wear it with some jeans and a t-shirt. Wear it with just a polo shirt. Wear it with a collared shirt.
Try it with a wetsuit too.
Wait, wear it with a collared shirt
because it is a dive watch.
Well, but how many people really dive that buy divers watches?
Oh, you know what? See, that's the greatest thing. I have, I'd say 2/3 of my collection are dive watches because that's the style that I love. You could not pay me to dive. It's not going to happen. I'm not going down
This is what I'm saying.
So, but if you do feel the need to, it will survive that. It's made for it. It's 100 meters water resistant.
Right.
Screw down crown, screw down pusher, screw in case back. If you're going to go jump in the pool, you don't need to take off your watch. And that's a great feeling. Now, by the way, I want to remind you on every single solitary item tonight, free shipping.
You know, that surprised me. You know why? Because in the, I believe the newsletters that went out, or somewhere I read that you guys were giving free shipping on watches to the 18th.
Yeah, we just give it away.
Up until the 18th of this month. And I was thinking, you know, gosh, ShopNBC's doing it to the 18th. Our show is on the 19th on the West Coast. We missed it. And then I come in tonight and I say, hey, we're getting the free shipping. So, hey, folks, take advantage of it. That's great. I'm really happy about that.
Guys, we are going to get to this in just a very few short minutes. We're going to show you one other watch beforehand. You are not going to believe what's going to happen to this watch. I mean, it is... You're not going to believe.
This watch is worth every penny of that $500, folks, but it's a brand new model, and it's...
We're going to go crazy with that.
I'm ready to say the price, but they'll get mad at me if I do. But anyway, jump
in. Call in. You can get the price right now.
And, you know, they sold quite a few of those before the show. This is another one that I think everybody out there should just jump on this and grab this one, too. It's my favorite. I'm wearing it tonight. We'll get to that when we get to it.
You are? You're going to do that? That's great. Thank you, guys.
What are they going to do?
I'm not going to tell you.
I want to know.
It's a surprise. Like a jack-in-the-box around here. You never know what's going to happen.
No more surprises, okay?
J155, yeah, we had a lot of surprises tonight. J155760. The Power Reserve for $369.96. For value pays of $92.
Less than 10 pieces, folks. Just grab that. That's the first Power Reserve we've made in over a year. It's dressy. It's got the double milled bezel. It's terrific. And it's got a cabochon in the crown as well.
And right now, what are we getting to here? This is the alarm chronograph. No, we don't have another one, do we?
What do we have?
Okay, we have another sellout for you. The Tourbillon, gone.
Oh, I brought 6. They're gone.
You squeezed out 6 more, and now they're gone.
Anyway, again, the response tonight has been great across the board on all the watches.
Thank you
you all very much. And again, I have to attribute it to the hard work that you've put in behind the scenes, Jim.
But you know what? And sure, I'd love to take the credit for that. But it's the design work, it's the quality, the finish, the detail, and the pricing structure. All of that together that you all incorporate at Stuhrling that allow so many people to get. I mean, because you got to realize, any other company that did a watch like this, even, they would put it out at 3 times the price, make money hand over fist, this and that, because they're sponsoring tennis stars and race car drivers and this and that.
Yeah.
You're able to come, through our venue here, direct to the public, offer the right kind of price right off the bat, and the viewers are the winners.
Well, there's no question the viewers are the winners here at ShopNBC, and that's why I buy things from ShopNBC. Actually, I've got a few things on value pay right now, but that's because I know the value that, you get here, and I know what the buyers put us through, on our watches.
Oh, yeah, they'll run you around.
They squeeze you.
They fight. Well, they fight for the customer. They really
do.
Really do.
And we're proud to be here. We're happy to be here, and I love being here. So what do we got?
We're going to go into the alarm chronograph. Right? Actually, we've been showing it for about a minute while you were talking there.
Okay. Well, there's a lot. I can see the computer right there. There's a lot of people on the phone right now, and I know we've had 3 or 4 sellouts already tonight. What's our quantities on this? We got about a little under 100 pieces here, folks. So hey, that's not that many.
And that's across all 3 colors. We have about 2 dozen of each.
Yeah, that's really not that many. So, in any case, let's talk about this piece. It's a beautiful tonneau with raised chapters. Now that's a static
I don't think
bezel.
you quite hear this or not.
Obviously, in a tonneau, it's not going to.
I just grab one of these. Here we go.
I can hear that.
It's actually quite an audible alarm.
Hey, it's not going to wake somebody up from across the room, but hey, you don't want to be woken up from across the room, really. It's just a little beep to remind you.
You want to wake somebody from across the room, you just throw a picture of
somebody
cold water
says, call me back in 15 minutes, or, whatever. Call me, at 2 o'clock. You just set that red arrow over to 2, and when it hits 2 o'clock, that little beep, beep, it is like a little reminder. It's an alarm chronograph with a Swiss movement. Beautiful tonneau-shaped case, very well proportioned. Raised chapters on the bezel, sandblasted bezel. I mean, you've got the texturing in the dial.
Now, this one actually has a Swiss-made movement.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me show you the case back on this, too. I really like the look of this watch. How many times do you see a sport tonneau?
Exactly.
Very, very seldom. Look at the curvature there.
Yeah, really nice screw-down case back. Again, you're going to get a good reaction on this watch. You're going to get a good reaction on all of our watches. Okay, great, man. Hey, Jim's pointing to me that, the phone room is lit up again. Yeah, we're going down fast on these watches here, folks. This is another good gift item as well. I mean, if you've already got chronographs, and by the way, at the bottom, you notice that's a day wheel at the bottom.
Yes, indeed it is.
That's pretty rare, too. I mean, not rare, but I mean, it's not you don't see those every day.
It's uncommon.
It's not normal.
Well, we're not normal.
Well, speak for
yourself. But everybody knew that.
No, I know. Hey, I'm not normal. Not normal. Thank you, guys. You see that down there at the 6 o'clock position? That is, from a distance, you think, okay, that's one of the chronograph subdials. It's actually a day wheel right there. So tells you the day of the week. You've got the date, little aperture right there at 4 o'clock. The red pointer hand is where you set your alarm when you want it to go off. So this one is set to go off just before 4 o'clock. Hey, $2.99 for a Swiss sport chronograph and a beautiful tonneau with a leather strap. You got it all.
Now, I want you guys to realize that you have a lot of different ways to go about purchasing this. You can pay the $2.99. You can call up and say, you know what, I want to break this up over 3 months, interest-free. You're going to make the first payment of $99. You're not going to pay any shipping because we're giving you that wonderful gift of the free shipping. You can get it in your home and wear it, and over the next 2 months while you're wearing it, your credit card goes through, pays it off, and you're done. You don't have to wait. You get to enjoy the watch right away. This is really, really a great piece. Now, keep in mind also, these are all in stock. They're going to ship immediately. You're going to get this watch within days. You're going to be wearing this watch. I mean, there's a very good chance some of you, depending on where you live, obviously, could be wearing this by the weekend. You can go out for the weekend wearing this brand new watch and show it off to your friends and go, look what I got for only $2.99. And you can laugh at all the suckers out there. You can do that. Laugh at your buddies that go to the mall, that go to the department stores, that will pay this much for some unknown whatever mystery brand that's using a Chinese movement and a cheaply made strap that's going to fall apart in a month, made of base metal with no complications, that has somebody's name on there that probably designed the underwear that they're wearing, and they're going to pay that much for them. Here you're getting a Swiss movement, very well made, fully padded, contrast stitched, genuine leather strap. You're getting all solid 316L stainless steel, screwed in case back, and you're getting an alarm chronograph with the calendar. You're getting all of that at $299.
And you know, Jim, you made a great point here. You said they could be wearing this literally within a few days.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case. We were able to do it. We work special with ShopNBC on this particular show. This show we put a lot of promotion into in order to make that happen. Usually, you know, there's a process with POs and shipping here to there and to the customer, and it can take usually a couple of weeks. For this show, we literally brought all the merchandise in-house, so anything ordered tonight is going to be shipped out right away, and that's not always the case. So if you're one of our regular people out there that's used to getting the watch 2 weeks after the show, tonight we've got it arranged a little differently, and I want to thank everybody here at ShopNBC. We worked real hard to make that happen. We really did. I'm thanking you for bringing that up, too.
Well, and thank you for elaborating. And we're going to move on now.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's go.
We're going to say goodbye to this one. We're going to go into our next item, but I want to tell you about a couple of other things, the few things that have not sold out. We've seen, 5 sellouts already, just boom, 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 boom. Here's one that's almost, I mean, this is just
one
barely hanging on for dear life. J138784, big date, Swiss-made movement.
Less than 30 pieces, Jim.
$159. And what do we have here? The Stuhrling chronograph, Swiss-headed G15. J132913. By the way, sapphire crystals. Sapphire crystals.
Well, Jim, it's sapphire crystals. This was not expected. As you can see right there on your screen, ShopNBC's retail value on this is $880. Okay, our MSRP is much higher than that, but even by their retail value at $880, that's a $900 watch.
Oh,
it was never intended to sell for $249. That is a less than 30 pieces on it. That is a masterpiece right there. Here we go. Are we ready now?
We're doing it now.
All right, here we go, folks.
And we're going to tell you
brand new
the price
item,
that we've been
jump
waiting
in
for.
and get one of these because all the work that this guy did right here, okay? No, you did the work, Jim, promoting this thing on all those internet forums and everything else. You know, I came in prepared with our 2 brand new items, the bubble and this new pointer date that we are so excited about here. And, you know, it reminds you of another Swiss brand, whatever. We made it completely our own. I think it's the finest pointer date now we've ever made, eclipsing that big to-know one that we had, and I'll tell you why. But nevertheless, we come in here all psyched up, ready to go, and we sold out over 60% of the inventory before the show began on the internet, thanks to you, Jim.
Well, you know, it's thanks to the viewers for supporting the shows as much as they do.
Do not miss this piece. This piece is class. This is elegance. This is style. This is sophistication.
And it's a surprise.
This is distinguished, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pointer date with a day and year on it. Take a look at this. It's got an AM, PM. What's the price, Jim?
It's not $499. We're going to drop this right now. We're just going to slice $100 right off the top.
This is not normal, folks. Not normal.
Look at your value pace. $99 to bring this home and free shipping for tonight only.
I can't believe there's less than 50 pieces left on this watch already. It's unbelievable.
Look at that detail. Look at that detail.
Jim, we're not going to have anything left to sell in the second hour except for the pieces we have reserved for the second hour.
Well, we could break out the Jello pit and do some Jello wrestling.
I have never seen a response like this in the 10 months that we've been working together, Jim. What a tremendous show. Thank everybody out there. But don't miss this. This is brand new, a pointer date. Tell them what a pointer date is, Jim.
Here it is right here. If you notice right there on this outer track going around the outer edge of the dial, you see, you know, 1 through 31. This external hand right here is pointing down to the number 12. Well, is today the 12th already? No,
today's the 20th.
19th or 20th. Today's the 20th now.
Well, we're past midnight, right?
Well, that's okay. We don't have to worry about where it's really set at. But here is actually where your date is going to be set to. Now, over here, let me use my pointer instead of my fat little finger. Here is your animated AM, PM indicator. So this is actually going to rotate around completely every 24 hours. So here we have right now, it's showing nighttime. And
that's the moon up there.
The moon advance the time.
Right, that's the moon and the stars. So it's, you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning there.
And there you have the sun.
There you have the sun coming up.
Then you also had the day of the week and the month of the year. Now, these are activated by hidden pushers right here.
And you get a nice little tool to push it, not the one Jim's using, but one that has our name on it. It's really cool.
Hey, yours is pretty slick and fancy.
Yeah.
And you've got a cabochon on the crown.
Yep.
But look at I love the double row bezel here.
Yep.
Step case design. Beautiful detail. Now look right here. This is all being powered by an automatic, fully decorated movement.
Absolutely. You've got the Côte de Genève and styling on the rotor, and you've got the accent, the blue steel screws, and you got that milling around the window there.
Now this at $399, that's just silly.
This, I guess it is silly because again, most of the quantity was sold before the show on the internet, and
this one right here.
We normally don't open up the items before the show, but this show, there was so much promotion going into this show, I guess they must have decided to open up the sales before the show started.
Well, I got to tell you, you must act right now. If you want the black on black, I have 14. Silver tone brown, which is, wait, hold on a second. Silver tone brown, I have 10. Silver tone black, I now have single digits. And the rose tone black, I have a dozen. These will sell out in the next 3 minutes, guaranteed.
And it will. And let me say this. I can't believe how many of these have sold. I'm so happy about this show. I can't even tell you. If you're out there and you're watching this show right now, you're looking at the bezel on this thing. It might look new to you. It might look unique, okay? Well, get used to it. This is one of the hottest looks right now in the industry, this double milling.
But very few companies can execute it to this degree of detail.
And I'm not going to say we invented it because we didn't, okay? But we've certainly made this watch completely our own with the pointer date and, you got the day and the month and all that. But this double milling bezel thing, this is the second watch we've done with it now. We had that Power Reserve that has the beautiful tonneau shape case. Well, the company that one is kind of similar to is the same company that this one. This is a round case. But folks, if you want to be on the cutting edge and you want something really hot and that's in right now, this double mill, they call it double milling, okay? It's just 2 rows of milled work in the bezel. And it's one of the hottest looks right now in the industry.
Let me show this to you on the wrist really quick.
It really is hot, and we've done something very special with it. Pointer dates are not necessarily the most common. Usually you have a date aperture window, and you got the date in there or a big date. Those are very common. Here, you've got an extra hand that goes around the bezel and points to the date of the month. We're getting low on these, folks. We're getting real low. I can't believe a brand new model we're going to sell out on the first show.
Absolutely.
We don't do a lot of that, especially at 1 o'clock in the morning. We're getting close. A lot of people on the phone. Thank you all very much. Don't worry about what execution, because I think one of them sold out already. I can't believe
actually, the one I'm showing you right now, the silver tone black, is almost gone. I have 2 remaining. I'm actually going to take this off my wrist.
This is unbelievable.
The next one to go is going to be the silver tone brown, which is this guy right here.
I can't believe this. This is we're brand new models. When was the last time we came out here with new models and just blew them out in the first hour?
See, that's the key. Bringing out these new models, it gets people so pumped up.
Wow.
Everybody's been.
Thank you.
The emails that I have gotten about when is Stuhrling coming back, I want to see these new models. Well, here it is, folks, and this is what happens when we do bring out all these new models. We've sold out of almost everything in the entire show.
Less than 40 pieces remaining. Unbelievable. Brand new model, never been seen before tonight. Less than 40 pieces remaining. I can't believe it, Jim.
I can believe it. Because look at the watch. Look at the quality.
I mean, I understand that, but in 10 months coming out here, we haven't had this kind of response. This is unbelievable. Thank you.
We've been in hold patterns almost the entire show. Thank you all so very much for that. Now,
don't miss this.
If you want what is, in my opinion,
that's hot right there.
It's only my opinion.
That's beautiful.
One of the most beautiful and kind of low-key designs, simplistic designs that Stuhrling has done with the greatest amount of complications. This is it. And it is a true mechanical automatic. There's no games here, folks. It's not a quartz moment. There are no hidden batteries. There's nothing going on here.
Look at the quantities, Jim. They're gone.
Okay, here's the deal, folks. Silver tone black, sold out, gone. Rose tone black, I have 2 remaining. Silver tone brown, I have 3 remaining. Black on black, I have 8 remaining. We're going to call this gone. Stay on the line for those.
The black is still available, and you know what? I like that black. You were just on it right there. It says black. Which one is black?
Actually, I pulled the wrong one out. That's the black.
And that's hot, and there's still 14 of those. I mean, I can't believe we're this low. But, you just said something, Jim, that I think was a beautiful comment right there, and I wish I would have thought of it myself. because you were saying about how simplistic it is, and I was thinking,
this is sold out.
I'm thinking, how could it be simplistic? You know, when you've got a pointer date, you've got an AM, PM animated, so it's not that simplistic. But then you added to it by saying one of the most simplistic with this many complications.
Simplistic design, I should have said.
With this many complications.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. And who was it who said simplicity is the ultimate sophistication?
Well, we were just discussing this earlier, and I already forgot. You told me.
Michelangelo. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And for this many complications, double milled bezel and everything else,
for my beauty, not my brains.
Beautifully simple. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much. Still, look, the phone lines are still clogged up. Let's get another watch because we got a lot of people on the phone.
We should bring out Larry's choice, Larry's pick.
Which one was my pick? The Safari? Oh, this one.
We're going to make a special surprise out of that.
What, out of the Safari?
No. Oh, that one.
Okay. Well,
right there.
Hey, we still got some great watches. We're at the end of this first hour here. Folks, in the second hour, we've got our elephant strap watch. We've got my collector's choice in the second hour. So, hey, great things happening. What's happening with this one?
When you make that banner, can we put like cute little bunny rabbits on it or something?
Hey, we're having fun at 1 o'clock in the morning here, folks. What do you got here? How many are left on this?
Here's the deal with the chrono. 5 left in the green dial.
Unbelievable.
5 left in the two-tone.
I don't believe it.
I have a dozen in the blue and silver tone, and I have a dozen in the silver tone. The black silver tone is entirely sold out. You must act fast on these guys because there's just, guys and gals, there's just not enough of these left. Now, the alarm chrono G155780. Oh, what do we have on this bad boy? We're going to go into that one right now. Come on, computer, catch up on me, baby.
Now, this one, we have some quantity here. I don't know. I
just
guess
a hair over a dozen of any of the 3 choices for $2.99.
That's not bad. That's not too bad. I guess that one hasn't sold as well as some of the other ones, but it's a nice piece, and we still got about 30 pieces left, or 40. Here we go.
Yep.
Now, we're going to get into this in the next hour? Okay, I guess we have the other SKU.
Sure.
That's the stainless steel.
That's right.
Okay. But, folks, this is the one that we're saying is my collector's choice. And what happened is this is from the days when we would make 2 different J numbers, one for the rose gold and one for the stainless. So, and they're both at the same price now. So jump all over that one.
And J155760. I just think one of the coolest looking watches. This is the Power Reserve.
There's only 2 left. What's the execution?
It's a silver tone rose tone. That's it.
So that's the dressiest one.
That is.
So there's only 2 left on that, folks, or 3. Is that a 2 or a 3? Whatever it is. The Power Reserve, there's only 3 pieces left on that one. That's also got the double milled bezel, one of the hottest looks in the industry right now. Get those last 3 pieces.
And right now we're going to take a bit of a break. We're going to come back in about 2 minutes with even more surprises and even more Larry. Come back and join us.
I tried not to because I know I remember hearing a quote from Arthur Ashe when he was stricken with HIV.
That's great. Thanks. What a pleasure to meet you. Really. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Coming up, this top model says she never felt beautiful.
For photographers, tons of memory space. Just right for anyone seeking lots of power and memory in a small and portable package. Make our top value your top value right here on ShopNBC.
And welcome back to ShopNBC. My name is Jim Skelton here with Larry Magen, President of North American Operations for Stuhrling Originals.
Hey, Jim, what a great thank you. What a great first hour we had here. Probably the best single hour we've ever had since we've come here, since I've been here in 10 months. Thank you, everybody. And if you're still with us, get ready. We have more incredible deals going. And what a night this is. What a night here at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, what a night.
On the East Coast, 2 o'clock. Here we go. What do we got going?
And we're going to go straight into a preview. I'm not going to, I have this sheet here that tells me to talk about other shows, and we're just going to go ahead and talk about your watches right now.
You've never done that. You always talk about it, but that's part of the thing.
Because you're here, and
I understand that. But also, we did build up a lot of great momentum. And again, I'll say it again. I think it was because of all the behind the work or behind-the-scenes work that went on by you. And
see, you keep this going. They're going to have to open the double bay doors to get my head out of here. Jay, 138-780.
You're the hardest working guy in the watch business, Jim.
Yeah.
No question, no
this
question.
This is the day-date display watch, $129.99. The single coolest thing about this, guys, when you look through this incredibly detailed dial, you see a series of dots running around the inner track there. You're going to see a little red dot. Now, it's actually going to be your date indicator, and that runs counterclockwise. Obviously, the movement moves clockwise because it moves like a clock. But the date goes in a counterclockwise fashion. It is really, really a slick watch. 40-millimeter case diameter. If you want the hottest dial of them all, which is the gray dial, I have single digits, but the rest I've got about 3 dozen of each. So do act on that quickly, because just like you saw last hour, we had 6 sellouts last hour.
Jim,
I want to have more this hour.
Jim, the gray dial, you're right, is the hottest. I won't argue with you on that. But the dressiest is the rose tone case.
It is, absolutely.
Without a doubt. If you want a dressy quartz everyday type of watch, the rose gold for sure. Okay?
Now, we're going to give you a special surprise on this. I'm not going to tell you what it is now. It's not $249. You know what? I'm going to completely make my producer mad here. It's not even $199. Okay, I'm going to give you that. It is that drastic of a markdown that I want you to pick up the phone right now. Now, if you watched last hour and you heard me stress upon you
this is an incredible
the need
piece.
to call in quickly, and you sat by the wayside and went, nah. Then you watched all of the ones you wanted to sell out. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those pieces. Again, huge markdown, very popular model. This is a mechanical automatic big date. And it's nowhere near $249. It's not even $199. It's going to drop. You're getting free shipping on everything. I urge you to act fast. Oh, okay. I guess I did make my producer mad. So
okay.
he says, okay, I'm going to get his butt. I'm going to fix him. I'm just going to drop the price and not tell him.
Well,
$179, guys.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to get into it and actually present this watch right now. But
it'll sell out in the preview.
But folks, if we may not get to it in a presentation, there aren't that many. Jump on this and I'll tell you all about this watch. This is a tremendous automatic with sapphire crystals. I call this watch the Cruiser, Jim.
You call it the Cruiser?
Yeah.
I have to know why.
Well, if you go on a cruise, like a Mediterranean cruise or no, not that kind of cruiser, like a cruise, like a cruise ship, like the Princess cruises and the Caribbean cruises, although we don't want to be down there now. But nevertheless, it looks like one of those portholes.
You're
on the
absolutely
window.
Correct.
And then it's got the bolts that kind of bolt them down. We'll get into that watch, but there aren't that many, folks, so just jump on it at that price. It's a tremendous value at that price.
Ooh, I didn't realize we had more of these, Jay. 155-759. This, Leah, let's do it right now before I even talk about the watch. And we're dropping it from $249 to $179. See, I told you guys there was going to be some great prices tonight.
And Jim,
this is such a huge seller.
It's a tremendous piece. It's a Swiss quartz movement, as you know. I call this one the baby shark, okay? I love that ivory dial. I don't know if you guys are calling it ivory or champagne. I don't know what you're calling it.
We're going by strap color. Camel, green, black, blue, or brown straps.
Then the green strap has this kind of ivory dial, and here it comes right here. It's stunning. But I call this one the baby shark, and if we're going to do the presentation now, I'll talk about that.
No, we're just going to preview.
Okay, but anyway, it's just a great functional timepiece. It's got this huge, thick leather strap with big white contrast stitching. Look at those markers that go all the way around. They're shark's tooth markers, Jim. When you look at the dial on this face, it looks like a big shark's mouth, like this, coming right at you. You see that?
You scare me when you do that.
Yeah, but if you remember the mama shark, okay? Remember our 51B2? It had a genuine shark skin strap?
Oh, the 51B2. When you put it in those terms, it just comes right to me.
But it had the shark skin strap. Remember?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay,
I do remember that watch.
That one was more elongated. This one's squared. This one doesn't have a shark skin strap, but it's still got the shark's tooth markers. So we call it the baby shark, but it's an incredible piece. And at that price, it's you can wear it with anything. Look at the colors. I love the mustard strap, too.
This watch has become legendary for Stuhrling. This is the #1 selling model Stuhrling has ever produced. This has the genuine elephant strap. It is a 44-millimeter case diameter. It uses the Swissetta G15 chronograph movement inside. And you're going to bring it home on your first interest-free value pay for $179. $100. Now, the brown and white has sold out, but by popular demand, Stuhrling has recreated the white dial, and they have put it on the black strap as well. So if you want that hot white dial, this is the way to do it. Locking crown protector, slick, and a great price.
As you said, Jim, this is one of the biggest hits we've ever had. It was a major hit. We kind of broke new ground with this, with the genuine elephant strap. These are all from South African elephants where the population is being culled. We were able to bring some back here tonight for the show. I was able to bring 150 pieces, okay? I don't know where we are now in our quantities total, but here they are, and I know we're going to get a chance to get into that watch because every time we brought it, whatever we brought...
I think that should be our first item.
Whatever we brought in the 2-3 times we brought it, we've sold what we brought. Tonight we were able to, squeeze out 150, and I was getting them. I got them. Okay, listen, Jim. But anyway, we were able to get it, back from one of our distributors, so I knew we could sell them here because we always do.
And J155858. This is the mechanical automatic regulator. And in my opinion, one of the two most beautiful dials Stuhrling has ever created. Yeah. $349.96. This is a 42 millimeter case diameter on this.
40.
Right? It is a 40?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 40.
Yeah. 40 millimeter, Jim, but look at the dial on this. It's kind of like rolling waves, okay? I've given this one a name too. I call it the Newport.
The Newport?
Yes.
Sounds very preppy.
As in Newport, Rhode Island.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we can get into that later.
And J138898. The skeletonized mechanical automatic, $149.97 is a brand new price for remaining quantity. And here's the remaining quantity. Silver tone, rose tone.
2 pieces.
That's right. And when they're gone, do we ever see them again?
No.
Nope. Absolutely not. $49 to bring that home free shipping.
Step design case, crown at the 230 position, not the 3 o'clock position, offset cutout on that center dial there. 2 pieces. Big seller we had this year. We sold, I think, 2,000 of those. There's only 2 lucky people going to get that one.
Okay, if you want, what in my opinion is going to be the first watch to sell out, it's this one right here, J132904. I have 10 of the silver tone blue, and that is it. $179.97. This is a mechanical automatic. Mm-hmm. This does have the hidden calendar at the 6 o'clock position. And again, another stunning dial, 40 millimeter case diameter, $59 to bring this home.
Only
at this price, with this beauty, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, I call this one the Versailles, as in Versailles, France.
I think you just sit around and name watches all day.
Well, sometimes it feels like it, but that one does have a French influence. It's very similar to the Hermès style case, and
absolutely,
it's got
very
the Guilloche Soleil design in the dial there, folks. If there's only a few pieces there, so hey, a few lucky people on that one. That's it.
Hey, here's the return of a classic, and we only have about 2 dozen. For $199, you're getting. Oh, wow, I didn't realize you were getting quite that much. You were getting the pointer date.
It's a pointer date, Jim, and it's the
day of the
huge,
week, month of the year.
monster tonneau case. Huge case. It's got the recessed pushers. Very similar style case to the Dubé and Chalder brand. Of course, we've made it our own with the all the complications and, what we've done with the look of the watch and everything else. It's got the covered lugs as well. But there aren't a lot of pieces, folks. There's only a couple dozen. And here we go.
This is what? This is Larry's pick.
Larry's Collector's Choice.
J138896. Automatic, day aperture at the 12 o'clock position, date aperture in a roulette style, as Larry likes to say, at the 6 o'clock position. Big watch, by the way. Can we show the one on Larry's wrist very quickly? It's his personal watch, but
so many.
It's a big watch.
It's awesome, Jim. It's a beautiful tonneau shape. Look at the lugs on this watch. It's just tremendous. It's a 22 millimeter strap. This is what I've been wearing since February. I love this piece.
Now, that's your businessman's watch.
It really is.
When you get dressed up, this is the one.
It really is. This is the watch I wear regularly. We've told stories about this watch. You will get nothing but compliments on this thing. It's got a day aperture window right below 12 o'clock. It's got the date wheel down there at 6 o'clock. It's okay. No, that's okay. Whether we show mine or not, I think people who are watching the show tonight have seen me wear this watch enough times to know that that's my watch.
Now, here's the exact same watch. It's
rose gold with the black strap.
Exactly.
Okay.
J139157. And this, I have 2 dozen in the house, and that is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will get nothing but compliments on this. This is the kind of thing that It just dresses you up. It puts you in a different league. If you're looking for something, a watch that is going to impress, this is a watch that will do the job. This is a watch that's going to, hey, it's a watch that's going to make a $300 suit look like a $3,000 suit.
Absolutely. And I think we're trying to show a wrist shot so we can see what it looks like.
Well, this is the one I wear. And again, I know a lot of people have seen me wear this many times, on the shows. And that's because this is what I wear for business meetings.
I think it's such an impressive look, mainly because of the size. You can see more of that dial.
Well, the size, there it is on my hand right there. But the point I'm making is that I carry this watch with me all the time in my briefcase, even if I'm not wearing it that day, because if something comes up or a meeting comes up, it's kind of like become my lucky watch. And I know you have hundreds of watches, Jim, but do you have any one in your watch that's kind of your go-to watch or your lucky watch?
I do have a lucky watch, as a matter of fact, and you would be surprised to know what it was.
Well, this one has become that for me. And I'll tell you what, I went to dinner in Vegas and at the JCK show where you were just surrounded by, the whole jewelry industry was there, people with jewelry stores and everything. I'm having dinner in the Wynn Hotel with this lady. I was trying to explain to her what Stuhrling is all about, and I was wearing this watch, and I was trying to explain about our brand, and a guy comes in and just right on cue sticks his watch in our face saying, "I love your taste," and he had a Parmigiani. And the case is very similar to the Parmigiani. And his watch cost $29,000. And I said, "Excuse me, mine's not a Parmigiani, mine's a Stuhrling." He said, "Stuhrling, let me see that," And I showed it to him, and it was almost like I paid him to come in and do that. But that's the kind of response you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to get nothing but compliments on that watch. If there's one watch you should buy on this show, if you've never owned a Stuhrling before,
working on that banner.
If you've never owned a Stuhrling before, that's the one right there. Whether I have the brown strap, but whether it's the black or the stainless steel with the blue numerals, you got to get it.
Now, we're going to jump head first into this guy right here, J139224. Big date. I love the dial. I love the way that the numerals were laid out on this dial.
Yeah, this one has the concentric circles, okay? The circles that go around and then they emanate out from the center.
It's like you dropped a pebble in a calm pond.
Yes, and then, the numerals are on those trapezoids. Those are trapezoids, Jim. That's right, that's a trapezoid. That's a trapezoid shape. You had geometry in the...
Absolutely.
Okay, right? Well, they're on the trapezoids and they're embossed into the trapezoids. But I call this the cruiser, and this is the two-tone version that has those, see those little screws? Okay, they're not really screws. It's kind of an illusionary thing. But then if you follow the design on this watch, if you look at the side of the case, okay, it looks like it's stacked plates or something.
2 minutes or sell out here.
Right. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, just grab on this. We only have less than 35 pieces left. This is a tremendous value, the lowest price we've ever shown on this watch. Sapphire crystals front and back. This is an automatic watch. It's not a battery watch, okay? But again, on the side of the case, you see those lines in the side? Okay.
Talk about the side here?
Yeah, when you look at it from the side, it looks like they're stacked up, and then those bolts on the top are bolting it down and all the way through to the bottom of the case, and the case design is carried out on the back of the watch as well. So I call it the cruiser because it looks like a porthole on a cruise ship.
You know my favorite part about this entire watch, and you're going to laugh?
The price.
No, not that. Let's get a nice tight shot if we could here.
Well, the black dial is just gorgeous. Do we have any of the blacks left?
I have
a dozen.
A dozen, yeah.
A dozen on that black dial. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Here's my favorite part right here. I love the font that you chose to use on the big date, on both wheels. That is such an elegant and very, very unique font style.
It's funny you should say that, Jim. What?
I said, am I crazy for that?
Well, no. As a matter of fact, that tells me that you are incredibly an astute watch guy because, now, first of all, let me say, I had nothing to do with the choice in the font, okay? I don't have anything to do with the design on these watches. I wish I could say I did. But we have an incredible design team. Mr. Fisher is the head of the design team, of course. But nevertheless, incredible design team. And when you hear Jim say the font, you might at home be snickering or laughing, saying, this guy has lost it. But let me tell you something, folks. The font is a big deal. It really is. Because when you get into designing watches, okay, start noticing the fonts, even for the Arabic numerals. There's a million different ways. You can do italicized, you can do serifs, you can do clean, and it changes the look of the watch. And guys that really get into the design, let me tell you something. They fight for hours over a font.
Yep.
They really do. It's no joke, folks. It really is no joke. And, you know, whether you like the font or not is not the point. The point is that, you know, it contributes to the look of the watch tremendously.
I want to show us movement before we go.
And by the way, I didn't mean that you're, you know, a wacko.
I am nutty as a fruitcake, baby. Let me tell you that right now. That's just the way it is.
See, there's those circle designs carried out on the back. It's a screw-back case back, as you can see. It's got sapphire crystals. This watch was never intended to sell for this price. It's got the push-button dual deployant clasp.
And you called me crazy. Look at the price that you allowed us to put on your product.
Yeah, but Jim,
at $179, this is going to be gone.
Less than 30 pieces. And look at the phone lines. We have more people on the phone than we have operators right now, Jim, so they must be on hold.
Use automated ordering or shopnbc.com. That is going to be the only way that you're going to get your hands on this beautiful piece. We're going to go ahead and move on.
Genuine French leather strap with a lizard embossing on it, so a lizard finish. But again, everything about it, this was never intended to sell for this price, folks, so it's a great opportunity to grab a really quality watch.
And we are going to move on, and I want to discuss with you a couple of other items that are going to be coming up just a little bit later on in the hour. We're going to go ahead and show you those right about now.
Look at the phone
First item, J155759. This is the big date, and you called this the baby shark.
I call it the baby shark, and the reason why is because, wait, that's not the one we're going to feature. This one on the screen, right?
That's just what's coming up later.
Right, because again, it's got shark's teeth markers, or shark's tooth markers. Look at those, not the Arabic numerals at 12, 3, and 9, but I'm talking about, you know.
The indices.
The indices, that's correct. And they look like a shark's tooth. But also, the version that was out before this one, which sold out, which was a huge winner for us, looked just like this, but instead of a squared tonneau, it was an elongated tonneau, and it was on a shark skin strap with those shark's tooth markers.
Next year, can we get a saber-tooth Stuhrling?
Hey, you never know, man.
We could work on
Get a tiger's eye.
And what's this next? Oh, here it is, folks. Oh, wow. Again, the blue on blue, you must call now. I have 12 remaining of this, what we're calling the Safari, G139223. I have 3 dozen of the black on black, and I have 3 dozen of the black with the white dial. You've got 3 value pays of $100. I urge you to use them right now, because if I get the chance to even air this, another dial color will sell out.
Look at this, Jim. We have under 100 pieces remaining on this piece. I brought 150, and we haven't even featured this yet. Okay, so since we started the show, 50 pieces have sold. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, the thing about this watch is it is a genuine elephant strap. Now, there's a lot else to talk about with the case. It's a big 44-millimeter case. It's got the bridge with the locking cover for the crown. All the choices are great. But the bottom line is it is a genuine elephant strap. You will be the only one on your block or in your city with a genuine elephant strap. And now that we've done it, a few other people are doing it too. And the strap is like, in my opinion, the most exotic strap in the world, bar none.
It's like butter. And J155858, the automatic regulator was simply one of the most stunning dials. And I love the way that you did the AM/PM indicator with the exposed wheel. I think that is such a classic look.
It really is. And if you look really close at it, and I know we were looking at a still shot right here, and when we get into it, you'll see that it has texturing on that dial. It's like little fine lines, and it's really cool. It's kind of like a Patek Philippe kind of look.
You and I walk that fine line often.
We do sometimes, I know that. But
and the return of a classic, J121357. What do we have left? No, now the black is gone. The silver tone, I have 8 remaining.
That can't be.
That's it. They're going to be gone, man.
Unbelievable, folks. What a tremendous night this has been, ladies and gentlemen. 8 pieces left on this. I can't believe it. We brought good quantities on this piece. Now, I can believe it because for the price, we must have a big audience tonight, Jim. That's all I can figure. There's a lot of eyeballs.
A lot of people out there calling.
You know what it is?
Already another sellout, J1.
We only have,
2 sellouts.
And the Versailles is gone as well. Hey, we're having a big night. But again, that promotion you did, not only did it generate a lot of sales before the show, it generated a lot of people watching the show, too.
Well, because they're watching for you, man.
They're watching because they like watches, okay? Thank you very much. Now, here we go, folks. There's a lot of people on the phone. Grab one of these while you're on the phone if you've got an operator here. Take a look at this. Hey, this is the lowest price watch we have on the show.
Yeah, see, it's so easy to look at this and go, I don't know, man, it's $129. How good can it be? Folks, we were selling these at $249 up until this point. This is a brand new price.
Well, now, Jim, also, there's something unique about this, and you talked about it in the preview, but this is a very uncommon date complication. It's a little date disc, and it's got a red dot, and you can see it right there that goes around, and it goes counterclockwise. But, you know, in the world of watches, you're always looking for something different, something unique, and different ways you can point at dates and have date apertures. How about a date disc that goes counterclockwise with a red disc or a red dot? Okay, you don't see that every day. Now, this one here, of all the complications, to me, this is the one, the complications of all the executions. I'm losing my mind, Jim. I haven't seen a response like this. But of all the executions, to me, this is the dressiest one, Jim. It's the rose gold case, solid stainless steel. Everything about this watch is done with Swiss engineering. It's a Swiss quartz movement as well. So you're getting a really nice movement here, folks. You're not getting, you've got the dual deploying clasp. Think about that. A dual deploying clasp on a watch that sells for $129, and not just a dual deployant, a push button dual deployant. And then look at the screw down case back. A very slight curvature too on the case as well.
And the dial design is replicated on that steel case.
If you want to put your toe in the water with Stuhrling original, you don't own a Stuhrling, here's an easy way to do it for $129.99.
Let's show you the colors that are available down here, because I don't have a lot in any of these, and I want you to be able to get the one that you want. If you want the gray dial, which is this guy right here, I have 2 remaining.
Yeah.
That is 2, and that is my favorite dial, I think.
Look at the texturing.
Yeah, look how the dial just pops.
It really
does. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how that date disc operates. This is so cool. Now, watch that little red dot down there. See it down here?
Yep.
And, oh, there she goes.
And it's going counterclockwise. If you think about that, when everything else is going clockwise, to have a complication that's going against the grain, again, that's some horology
right
there.
At the dog track and watching the rabbit going around the track.
That is some horology right there. But again, if you look at the dial work, this has not just been, you know, one impression here. This is several impressions to make up that texturing. It's called guilloche. And again, this is a sunray design. I mean, it's all emanating from the center. But
look at the depth of it, though. I mean, look at the depth of the work done. How tight can we get? We're going to get sick tight. I would even, if we can for like 2 seconds, can we kill the tower there? Can we kill the banners? I just want to fill up the screen with that dial. Look at how, I hope somebody out there is watching on one of these gigantic screen HD TV plasma deals.
Thank you,
Look
guys.
at that.
That's awesome. And again, if you come in, you'll be able to, I mean, they're already in, but I'm just saying.
And every one of these dials, regardless of color, is going to give you that degree of detail.
Thank you, Jim. And the one that you're showing, I mean, you know, you like gray dials. I like gray dials. This is a beautiful gray. It's like a slate gray or a you know, battleship gray.
Yeah, this gray is gone, so I'm going to replace that with this guy here.
The gray probably was the most interesting dial. However, again, I think the dressiest of the bunch is the rose tone case, the rose gold case.
Absolutely.
It's a special fusion.
This is my second favorite right here.
It's a special fusion process of putting that plating on the stainless steel, and we have never had one come back because, you know, the coloring has come off. Never.
Yeah, now that's a great point to get into. The particular type of plating system that you use.
It's an electrofusion process.
It's virtually, I mean, there's pretty much nothing you can do just by wearing the watch. You would have to scratch through it or drop it in an acid bath or something. I mean, you could take these watches swimming, you can get in chlorinated water, salt water, you can sweat on them, and they're going to maintain that rich golden look.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of you on the phone right now. Thank you all very much. Look at the call center, Jim. This watch is not going to last. I guess we're getting down to, well, we have...
Sold out of the gray. I have less than 2 dozen of the silver tone blue, which is the silver tone dial with the blued indices. Then we have the black, which is right here. I have, how many of the black? I have less than 20.
You've got a knurled edge pull-out crown with a cabochon, okay? You've got a Cristerna crystal. You've got a Swiss quartz movement. You've got a
we should show one of these on Emily's wrist.
You've got a dual deployant clasp. You know, we take a lot of pride in our automatics, Jim, and you know that's what we're really known for is our automatics. But nevertheless, you know, we do make quartz watches, which, if you're not familiar, a quartz is a battery-operated watch, and we have to do that. You know, it's part of the game and everything. So if we're going to do it, we use only a Swiss quartz. All of our quartzes are Swiss. So you're getting an excellent timepiece. You're getting an excellent movement that's going to keep perfect time. And it's a great way to put your toe in the water with Stuhrling Original. Give somebody a Stuhrling Original for only $130.
Now,
Think about
people
that.
often think, they hear us talk about Swiss this and Swiss that. The reason why you want to get, if at all possible, when you have the choice, Swiss, is because, number one, you're using the highest grade quality parts in the construction of the movement. Second thing is, and whether you're mostly in mechanicals, automatics, you're looking at tighter tolerances, you're looking at better finish quality. In the quartz, you're looking at better accuracy. They go through a greater barrage of testing through quality control and everything else that allow it to be as accurate as humanly possible. You're getting all that, and again, there's an upcharge to that, but with Stuhrling, you're able to obtain that with two very unique complications, the day aperture at the 6 o'clock position and the counterclockwise rotating date disc at only $129.
And you know, Jim, another thing about this watch is if you look at the case,
yes,
ignore the dial. And by the way, looking at the dial, that's a great shot right there. It tells you this is an easy read as well. You know, just boom, look, you like to call it at a glance. But easy read, you look at the clock, you look at the watch, you know what time it is. But again, if you focus on the case, okay, the shape of that case, you've got pretty much a round dial, but the case is actually a tonneau, okay, which is a little fool you a little bit, but also it is that same style of case as the one I called the Versailles, which sold out on this show, which was an automatic, totally different watch, but it's the same exact case, okay? It is the exact same case, which is very similar in style to the Hermes. So you're getting a Hermes look.
Look at that dial.
Yeah, you're getting a Hermes look for $130. You're getting that French look on this thing, and again, we've made it completely our own, and what a beautiful crown. It's that rounded crown with the cabochon in it. It's a beautiful crown. Again, it was never intended to sell. And a big tip-off that it was not intended to sell at this price, very simply, is a dual deploying clasp. A dual deploying clasp like this, a push-button clasp like this, for you know, on a hundred
at 129.
On 120. These clasps are typically not expected on watches under $1,000. Here you have, and we're putting them regularly on watches for $300, $400. Here we have it on a watch for $130. Okay, you're getting a Cristerna crystal, and of course there's a lot of people on the phone, so I know that they're responding. The quantities are getting low. I say for the money, go for the dressy one, go for the rose tone. That way you get a little bit of a double usage out of it. You can wear it with a suit, and you can wear it as an everyday because it's a fine quartz watch. Okay?
$129, you get 3 value pays of $43. Folks, when they're gone, now this is another one of those models that has been retired. There's no more.
We're down to the very end of this, and you're right, Jim. We're not going to make any more of this one. As typically we don't. You know, we pretty much sell out what we make, and then we don't.
One thing I forgot to mention: it is a 20-millimeter strap with the quick release pins, so you can swap out your straps as you saw it very, very quickly, very easily, and no tools required. And nearly every Stuhrling. Every Stuhrling has the quick change pins on there.
Did we show the case back on this? Because the case back. Oh, we did? Okay. Because the design that's decorated on the case back mimics the design that's cut into the dial.
See, that's something you guys started doing in the past year, and I think it's a wonderful added detail that you put into every piece. Now, this one here, this is Larry's choice. Larry's pick, G138896. We're still working on the banner with the bunnies. $249.99. 3 value pays of $83.33. Now, don't forget, folks, each and every Stuhrling watch, free shipping. Free shipping on anything that you choose. J139157, same watch in the rose tone with the black strap. $249.99. 3 value pays of $83. That has nearly sold out. I have about a dozen remaining. So please do call in quickly.
I hope we're going to get to feature that piece. We got about 30 minutes left in the show.
Now, in case you missed it, this is one of the items that you missed last hour, and it was so hot. One of the few items that didn't completely sell out, though, G138784. For $159, you're getting a Swiss quartz movement, you're getting a big day complication, and you're getting a full-size 40-millimeter case diameter. 3 value pays of $53. And from last hour, the chronograph Swiss set of G15. $249.99, 100 meters water resistant, 40 millimeter case diameter.
Not a lot left, Jim.
Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my.
We got two of the executions.
Single digits on everything, and the black dial sold out entirely.
So hurry on that one, folks. There's only a few pieces remaining. Don't miss it.
And also from last hour, the alarm chronograph G155780, $22.99.97, 3 value pays of $99, and that is a Swiss-made movement inside of there. And the brand new piece from last hour, G170127, intro price $100 off, $399.
This is a very special piece right here. We're very, very proud of this.
Pointer date, day of the week, month of the year.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful case, beautiful design, and I know we're getting ready to feature something else here, folks, but we blew through already about 90% of the quantity on this model. Tonight is the first time that has ever been seen, and we're already through 90% of the quantity on that, so hurry on that one. Don't miss it.
Now, we're going to get into the big day quartz right here, Swiss quartz movement, roughly a 40 millimeter overall case diameter. Very handsome watch. Now, in the past, I have presented this watch to you in this manner, and I'm still going to do the same thing. If you have somebody in your family that, yeah, I'm just giving kind of an overall.
Oh, okay.
If you're looking at getting somebody in to watch collecting, and you're not sure what to get them, you don't want to go overboard and get them a mechanical or an automatic just yet. You want to give them the reliability, the ease of use of a quartz, but you still want a great complication. You want a great looking watch that they can wear every day with no matter how they're dressing. This is one of those pieces because they're going to get the big date. They're going to get the offset seconds hand at the 6 o'clock position. They're going to get a great amount of luminescence. And they're going to get a very fashionable and very comfortable look. Yes. It's a soft to know, $179.97. But look at this. For $59, you can bring this home, give it as a gift, and look how stylish that is.
It really is. I love this watch. And the predecessor to it, which we called the Shark, but that one was a little more elongated. And as you know, yes. I have that watch. This one, what I like about it is, okay, it's a squared to know. It's a cushion shape, okay? But the straps. The straps, I mean, this is not something that we, Stuhrling, normally do, okay? This is a little bit out of the box for us. And we came out with these, look at the brown. I
love that brown.
That brown is just tremendous.
Wait, let's go back to that for 1 second. I hate to stop you guys to double back.
That brown dial
but this brown is flat out hot.
It really is. Look at that dial, folks.
Look how radiant that is.
And that's what I was starting to say is, this is a little out of the box for us. The colors on the straps, the fashionability, big, thick, padded, heavily padded straps, seriously padded, and then the colors on the straps, and then the dial colors. Here we go. I mean, again, it's a little out of the box, but we used it, we combined it with a very, very fine Swiss quartz movement, okay? And it's the kind of watch that I call an everyday type of watch.
And I have to agree with you 1,000%. This is one of those watches that's going to get everyday usage. I don't care how you dress.
Look at that dial, Jim.
Yeah, that blue is stunning.
It's awesome.
All these dials are so
And I
radiant.
call it the baby shark. And again, if you look at those indices, look at
sharks don't.
Yeah,
sharks don't
I call it a shark's tooth markers and the way they're shaped and everything. And if you look at it straight on, it looks like the mouth is just open, you know, and it's coming at you. You see that?
Coming at you.
You've got the offset second-hand sub-dial there. It's a watch that's going to get you a lot of compliments. I haven't worn this one yet.
This is probably the most fun color combination.
The mustard?
Yeah.
Jim likes the mustard strap.
I'm not a real mustard kind of guy, but for some reason, it looks great.
You know what? If I was making up the straps with the dials, I would have put the mustard strap with the ivory dial. You've got that lime green strap with that ivory dial. That ivory dial is just awesome. I love that dial.
We're going to show that on Emily right now.
Is she wearing it?
She is wearing it.
Okay, great.
She strapped it on. She's ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're new to Stuhrling, here's a great opportunity to get a Swiss quartz movement, and you can give it as a gift, all right, for $180. Bring it home on a value pay, and I'm telling you right now, you will just get a tremendous reaction on this. It's a very stylish piece. You will get nothing but compliments on it.
I like the color of that strap on Emily there. It's a great look. It's you know, green right now. That olive green is one of the hottest colors.
Now this is really more of a lime green, Jim. It really is. It's more of a lime green.
Maybe avocado?
Well,
I don't know if it's really a lime. You think it's hot enough to be lime?
I don't think it's an avocado green, Jim. I really don't. But in any case, you know, it's a beautiful strap.
It is. The great thing about this is you're only spending $179. We're losing it here. We're losing our minds. You're only spending $179. You're getting a Swiss-made quartz movement. Now, I want to ask you something here, and a lot of people have asked, and I do want to clarify, the Cristerna crystals.
Yes.
What is it that makes it so special that you actually had to attach a name to it so that nobody else would use it?
Cristerna?
Yes.
Well, here's what it is. Okay, sapphire crystals is the creme de la creme. It's the capo de tutti tutti. It's the holy grail in watches. You know.
Did you just say tutti tutti?
The capo de tutti tutti. That's right. It's the best of the best. Okay, is sapphire crystals. Okay, and because of the hardness. That's the bottom line.
But they lack the toughness. They can shatter easily.
Well,
that's the good thing about Cristerna.
The Cristerna actually has more surface area strength over a spread surface area than sapphire, but it's not as scratch resistant as sapphire. Okay?
And then you have mineral, which is not very scratch resistant, but very resilient to impact. So the Cristerna kind of falls in between. More scratch resistance than mineral, but more of a toughness property than sapphire. So you kind of have the best of both worlds.
Right, and it's very scratch resistant. It's just not as scratch resistant as sapphire. And the bottom line is, you know, when you get right down to it, sapphire crystals from a manufacturing standpoint cost the most. The Cristerna crystals cost the second most. And
now again, this strap on Emily is perfect. It's a very fashionable color. It actually really goes well with the black that she's wearing because it makes it stand out even more. Now, I like your idea of putting the mustard with this kind of ivory tone dial, but really the green strap on this particular piece, I think really works.
You know, it does. It really does work, and especially on Emily, but because, you know, her blonde hair and everything, you know.
Yeah, the ivory dial does work.
But the bottom line here, folks, is there's a lot of you on the line out there. The quantities on these are going down. You know, you can get one of every color.
30 seconds left.
Get one of each color. And also, we're overlooking the fact that this does have a big date complication. So you see it's got the two separate date wheels for the 2 and the 0 for 20. It's not just one date wheel that has 20, 21, 22.
That's a great point.
It's a big date.
Let me go ahead and demonstrate that live, too.
Again, this is a piece you're going to just get a lot of compliments on. It's just beautiful, and it's simple. It's, you know, it's a simple piece to look at. It's an easy read. It's just a great piece.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what Larry was talking about, and I want to thank you very much for bringing this up. The big day complications, sometimes we just take it for granted that you're watching every show, and you can't. I want you to keep in mind that you have 2 individual discs here. I'm just going to flip it over here. Now, you see the 2 is one disc, and the 4 is a separate disc. In a lot of regular watches, let's just say, you have one disc that's underneath the dial that goes all the way around. And it'll have all the numbers 1 through 31. Now you have 0 through 3 on that disc, and on the other disc, you have 1 through 9. So it's actually 1
it's just an
through
extra,
9
right? In other words, it's an extra complication in the watchmaking process there that basically costs more money. Do they need to do 2 discs? No, you could have one disc that just goes around 1 through 31.
Absolutely,
and that's
an easier way to do it.
It's an easier way to do it. Most watches do it. Why do they do this? Well, they always look to do more complicated things, and that goes into buying the watch. I mean, that's...
Do you realize until about 5 years ago, the only way that you could even get a big date, you were spending thousands. Nobody, and I mean nobody, 5 years ago produced a big date that was less than thousands.
I didn't really know that, but thank
absolutely,
you for,
that is the truth.
I said before, I've learned a lot from you this year, and there's another one. I didn't know that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that you couldn't get a big date under $1,000, but you know, things have come a long way, and this is a beautiful piece. Again, Swiss quartz movement, and we're staying on it because look at the phone lines, Jim. Everybody's on the phone, so hey.
And there it is again, and once again, look at the dial color on this. It is very unique.
I love this.
As Larry mentioned,
ivory.
it is very much an ivory tone. I want to call it more of a champagne because it has a radiance to it.
It really does.
And it's really kind of dances in between those 2 colors. Now, I'm not saying it's a lady's color, but I think it is a very high fashion look with this particular strap color. It's going to look elegant, it's going to look cool, and it's going to look fun and sporty. It's going to do all of that in one watch. Now, we are going to move on because I don't have a lot left to go around. The first to go is going to be the brown, actually. Brown right now is very, very hot. We've noticed that over the past 6-8 months, that anytime we see a brown dial, it just goes first. I don't care what the price is, it always goes.
All the dials on this watch are spectacular. They all are. It's the way it radiates and everything. The blue dial is spectacular. The brown is spectacular. The ivory, you've heard me raving about it. They're all spectacular. Is this one sold out yet? We should be close.
No, but the gray dial has sold out. Next to go, the silver tone, rose tone, which was your favorite, the dressier version.
Right.
That is not going to last very long. There's like 2 or 3 of those left.
All right, only a few left on the rose tone, folks, so just grab those at that price. Now, what do we, oh, here we go. Genuine elephant strap, the Safari. Get ready, folks.
Yeah, we're getting ready to show that in just a couple of minutes.
It's coming.
Now, don't forget about this guy here, the Big Date Automatic. One of the things I like the most, number one, is the Big Date is at the 6 o'clock position. You very rarely see that. The other thing that I thought was interesting was the font style chosen on the date wheels. But now you have the individually applied numerals. You have that bolt pattern running around the bezel. And this was marked down to $179. I have 6 remaining in the black on black, and I have 1 remaining with the silver tone black strap, and they're gonna be gone.
You better hurry on that one, folks. It wasn't meant to sell at that price, so hey, less than 10 pieces total.
And also the automatic regulator. Let's see, we have about 10 remaining of the silver tone dial, and I hear more than a dozen on the rose tone case. Absolutely beautiful.
Great regulator piece. We haven't got a chance to get in. We haven't had a chance yet to get into that piece yet. I don't know if we will, because we're getting ready
to. This is black only now. The brown strap is sold out.
The brown strap is sold out?
It is sold out.
That was my favorite. But, folks, we still have some of the stainless version with the blue numerals. Get this watch. If you listen to the right voices, you will make the right choices. I am telling you that is my choice. Here's the other one with the rose tone with the black strap. Only about a dozen pieces left on this one. Get one of these right now, and you will not be sorry. And if you don't like it, just send it back.
Now, are you ready for one of the biggest and coolest designs Stuhrling has ever created? It's right here on my wrist. This is the Safari with the genuine elephant strap. And I want to jump right in and discuss the elephant strap just to get it out of the way.
Sure.
And all the wonderful disclaimers that we have to give on it.
Well, you know, the mystery, of course, about the elephant strap, of course, is that you know, there are elephants on the endangered species list, but it is the Asian elephants, you know, the Indian elephants that are actually endangered. In Africa at one time, they were like what they call a type 1 endangered species as well. Now what has happened down there in Africa is the population has actually exceeded the population that it was in 1976, Jim, and now they've almost become somewhat of a problem. And if you look at the different African countries, the one country that has everything under control down there is South Africa, and they are culling the population. They have them in fenced areas, and they are controlling the population. So the African elephants are no longer type 1 endangered species, and they are approved by CITES, which is the organization, which is a combination of governments from all over the world that governs the exotics from all over the world. CITES has approved these, and it took us literally almost a year. It took over 8 months to get those straps into this country and approved by CITES. And you know what? I actually have, if you want to see it, I've actually got the license in order to get these straps into the country. So it was approved by CITES. These are from South African elephants that are being culled. And now that we got the legality issue out of the way, let me just tell you about this strap. When you put it on, you will know immediately that it is like no other strap you've ever worn. It is soft, it is pliable.
It is so luxurious feeling.
I mean, have you ever seen a strap, Jim, that is so soft yet so tough?
Yeah, this is a very tough strap. It must be difficult to cut these down to trim them. No, I mean, as far as the toughness, I really wasn't making a joke that time. But as far as, I mean, just because of the toughness of their skin, to trim this down into the shape of the strap.
It is, and I'll tell you what, I think we were the ones that really are I can't say for sure that we're the first, but I think we're one of the first to really break out and do it. And now other watch manufacturers are doing the genuine elephant straps. But, there's a lot to talk about with this watch. You're showing the bridge with the locking cover right now that covers the crown. And of course, Panerai made it famous, although they didn't invent it. But we put the Stuhrling name right on the locking cover. There's a lot to talk about with this timepiece, and we're going to get into that. But the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have this already and you're looking for something special, something unique, let me tell you right now, you will be the only person you know that has a genuine elephant strap. In fact, if you show the back of the strap, it's stamped in there, genuine elephant, and it's just amazing. And we've brought it out here, I think, 3 different times, and every time we've brought it out, the quantities we've sold. And we sold most of them at $349, Jim.
Now, when you did the JCK show in Vegas this past year, when you were there, I don't want to say their name, but the leading strap manufacturer in the world.
Yes.
One of their representatives, one of their higher-ups came to you during the show because he had heard about the strap material that you were using, which was elephant. Give us a little recount of that experience, that encounter.
Well, absolutely. It's Hadley Roma. I don't mind saying it. Gentleman came over, and you have to understand something. Hadley Roma, you know, they want to do business with us, and they want us to buy their straps, and we're actually, you know, working on that right now. But, you know, we're trying to work on a strap program and everything else. But anyway, he had heard one of the other people had come over to them and said, did you see Stuhrling's genuine elephant strap? You know, do you guys carry elephant? And they didn't have any at the show. We were the only people in the, I think they called it the Hall of Time up there at the JCK, that whole section of all the watch manufacturers. Little old Stuhrling original, and we're certainly not a big company, Jim. We're small, and we try harder, and we put all our effort in quality. Little old Stuhrling original in our 10x10 booth. We were the only ones that had a genuine elephant strap, and the gentleman from Hadley came over and said, can I see it? And of course, we know who he is and everything. We showed it to him, and he said, you know, we've been trying to get people to do this, and everybody was afraid to do it. And he says, now that you've done it, he says, you're going to see a lot more people doing it. And sure enough, you know, I've been reading some things that get sent to me, and other companies are starting to do it now. But, you know, the response has been terrific. If we had a negative response or anything like that, or it didn't sell, other people wouldn't be doing it. But this has been one of our hottest sellers of the year. We call this watch the Safari. And by the way, all the choices in this watch, Jim, all the choices are, I love all the choices that designers made. Yes, you've got this tough, rugged strap, but then look at the watch that goes on the strap, Jim.
Yeah, it's big and it's very beefy.
Exactly, a big, tough, 44-millimeter solid stainless steel. Yeah, exactly. Look at the milling in the case back on this thing. You've got that big, beveled, polished bezel. You've got the bridge with the locking cover. And then if you look at the buckle, even the buckle, it's not a dual deployment clasp, but it's this big, solid, tough tang buckle, Jim. It's awesome. It's this big masculine watch, and you know, it's not. It's actually kind of a low profile. So it's, in some ways, it's tough. At the same time, it's kind of genteel. So you can kind of wear it both ways. And then let's talk about the guts, okay? The guts behind this thing, the brains behind this thing, is a Swiss movement, okay? It's the Swiss Etta G15. You've got the, you know, I mean, if we're going to have a really top-notch watch, let's put a really top-notch movement in this thing.
Yeah, you really have to do that.
And so we put a really outstanding mechanical piece of machinery inside this watch. You've got a really proven movement here with the Etta. And so everything about it, all the choices in this watch. And then, of course, we give you the Stuhrling dial work that's, you know, guilloched into the dial. You know, so there's really nothing lacking on this piece. One of our best sellers of the year. We made a lot of news with this thing. And, you know, you see the executions that are available. Jim is showing you the silver tone dial with the black genuine elephant.
This is my choice. As a backup, I'd say the blue. The blue is a very, very unique color. It's a deep navy blue. But this white dial on the black strap it's a great look, and it's a brand new color. You decided, because you saw the popularity of the white dial on the brown strap, kept selling out. And he said, you know what, let's try this also on top of that with a black strap on the white dial, and it's proven to be just as popular.
You know, Jim, that brown strap sold out like wildfire, and we just don't have any more. And so now we have some on order. We're trying to get more of the brown straps, not for this watch. We're working on another watch. But
that'd be great.
But that light brown strap really just flew, and we just don't have any more. But, you know, the bottom line is this, folks. If you're watching the show, if you can hear my voice, then by all means, listen to the right voices and pick up the phone and get that genuine elephant strap home and just feel it. Just bring it home on a credit card and feel it, and if you don't like it, send it back.
Yeah, it's definitely unlike anything else.
Don't miss it, okay? I didn't think we were ever going to see any more here on ShopNBC, and I was able to pull 150 back from a European distributor because I know we can always sell them here, and we brought 150, and I think we're down now to less than 50 pieces. So tonight we've sold over 100. So we're down to the last 50 on that, and I know we're not going to see those on ShopNBC ever again.
And J132913 from last hour. This was the big brutish chronograph. $249.99, 3 value pays of $83. I am in single digits across the board now, and the black has sold out entirely. And the Swiss Movement Alarm Chrono J155780 for only $299.
Absolutely, Jim. And here we go right here.
Love this one.
Again, this is a brand new model, and we're in low quantities on this, Jim. Look at this.
All single-digit quantities. This will sell out on its debut night.
Wow.
Tonight, because we took the $100 off, we gave you free shipping on a model that gives you a day of the week, month of the year, pointer date, and animated AM/PM indicator. All this powered by an automatic movement.
Tremendous response tonight. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate it. We're down to less than 40 pieces on this, which is unbelievable. Tonight was the first time it's ever been seen publicly anywhere, and less than 40 pieces left. That is amazing. Thank you, everybody. Those last 40 pieces, or 35 pieces, 35 lucky callers, just get it. You will love it, okay?
Yeah, that is definitely the one of the all-stars of the night. Now this one, every single time we have aired this regulator, the phone lines have gone nuts. This is not only a unique watch, it's not only a beautiful and elegant watch, but for the first time we're seeing a truly affordable mechanical automatic regulator with this degree of detail and additional complications of having that AM/PM disc right there.
Yeah.
And, by the way, the date down at the 5 position.
Yeah, regulators, you've got, if you're not used to reading them, what you're seeing right now, the time would read 2:52. And is that about what it is here, 2:53? I don't know what time.
There's your hours. The large hand is your minutes. Then, obviously, you have the seconds down there. 3 hands working together. Now, you've got to realize, when you look at a traditional movement, you have coming up out of the movement through the dial, you have the cannon pinion, which holds your hour, minute, and traditionally your sweep seconds hand. Here, what they have done is they have broken up this movement into 3 separate areas: your hours, your minutes, and your seconds. That takes a tremendous amount of work to be able to fabricate a movement that will work reliably and accurately in this setup. And you've done it. You've crafted it masterfully.
Well, thank you. And I think, one of the things I like about this watch, of course, is that wavy dial pattern, that guilloche pattern into the dial there. That's been stamped more than 50 times, embossed into the dial with hydraulic vintage machines. And then, of course, the AM/PM, you're always looking for things that you can do differently. Here, typically what you have is you're going to have, the dial that's turning underneath with an opening to show something coming through, like a sun or a moon, and we've seen that before. Here, what you have is the dial that's turning is actually on the outside of the face. Very unique, kind of a designer type of thing, which gives it kind of a... Patek Philippe kind of look or something like that. But there you go. See the AM/PM dial at the 9 o'clock, traditional 9 o'clock position anyway. Now it's showing the round circle, so that's nighttime, or that's the sun, I guess. And then here comes the crescent moon. So now as you're looking at the time, it would be 10 o'clock at night, 11, 12, 1. There goes Jim with the flipping it around. But again, look at the dial work. And this is the same movement, by the way. This is a very proven movement for us. It's it's our Lexus automatic. It's our caliber 91806, but you got the design case back as well, decorated case back. But we had this same movement in another regulator that had the coin edge bezel, which was maybe a little bit dressier. This one is very dressy, but it's got the polished beveled bezel, okay? So if you want something to impress your friends, you want something to get a great reaction, wear a regulator. If you don't own a regulator with the separate hands like that, here's a great opportunity to bring one home for only $349.96. And again, on the value page, you can bring... Yeah, excuse me, on the decorated movement as well with the blue screws.
Sapphire crystals front and back.
And I'll tell you, folks, this is a winner for us. This is a proven winner. This movement is a proven movement. We sold a couple thousand on that other one. We now have it in this one. And it looks like, Jim, we're down to less than 25 pieces total.
Yeah, now the silver tone, which I've been showing you here, I now only have 5 remaining. So I'm not going to harp on that one too much. The rose tone, I have 15. This is going to be your best bet if you're on the line right now on hold waiting. The silver tone may sell out while you're waiting. pick up the roast. Now, this is certainly, as Larry will tell you, the dressiest version.
And, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, you know, ShopNBC, you know, they're always pretty tough on the retail values, and I think they're being a little extra tough on this one, saying only 550 retail value. To me, our MSRP on this is well over $1,000.
It's got to be about $1,200, $1,300.
Let me see. I know it's up there, but of course, again, ShopNBC always ignores our MSRPs, which I'm happy to say they do, because they're looking out for the customer. Okay, they're not listening to the vendors and the manufacturers. You're right, Jim. Our MSRP is $13.90. And I'm showing my notes that ShopNBC had an $11.99 retail value on this, and for some reason tonight I gotta believe that's a misprint. I knew that was a little extra tough at $5.50, but in the past they've shown it at a higher price. But nevertheless, the bottom line is you're getting it for $349, so you know you're getting a tremendous value here. It's an automatic. It's not a battery-operated watch, and it's the kind of watch that, I mean, this is the kind of thing you wear when you go out with your lady. This is the kind of thing that you wear when you go to a business meeting. You know, they call this actually...
You know, I just realized?
They call this a doctor's watch, right, Jim?
Because yes, this is considered a doctor's watch.
Because the hour hand never obscures, or the minute hand never obscures the hour hand, but only 2 minutes a day. Yes, go ahead.
We actually have to run. I was just going to say, this is actually the same case you use for your limited edition tourbillon. And I hadn't realized that until I just happened to look. We do have to go. Larry, thank you so very much for joining me.
Hey, I want to thank thank you, Jim. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I want to thank everybody out there for what a great show tonight. And it's just been a great ride all year.
Come back and join me 2 a.m. Eastern tomorrow evening. I'm going to have one special hour of Stuhrling. And I know. Go ahead.
And I'd just like to say, on behalf of Stuhrling Original, until we meet again, I'm Larry Magen. Peace, love, and all good things.
Katina Forte is standing by right now as we speak. Katina, take it away and have fun.
That's the best introduction I think I've ever had. I love that. What a great saying. Okay, I've got 2 of the most amazing hours coming up for you. Everything you need in your home. Next hour, we've got Margie joining us, 5th anniversary, and then Linen Outlet. So stay with me.